think, because I want to ask Neil about his new job.
Yes, I've got a new job. I'm playing. I now work for Hasbro. I'm Mr. Monopoly in Monopoly Life Sized on Tottenham Court Road, and just coming up to the end of my first week. We have 2 weeks rehearsals, but I might only get one. I might actually go live on Saturday, possibly.
Ooh.
I'm a standby because there's one guy who's a regular, but he's broken his ankle, so he may or may not be able to do it. But I'm kind of ready to go. It's the people who play the tokens, the ones who actually run the game and do all the mechanics of it. They've got a lot more to learn and rehearse.
There's no fucking way you can run from Old Kent Road all the way to Piccadilly with a broken ankle.
Oh no, Mr. Monopoly doesn't have to do that.
You just have to hand out £200.
The players do that. Yeah, Mr. Monopoly just comes in and says, "Welcome to my game," and gets you all going, and then he buggers off.
And then he puts on a mask and he watches as all the participants have to extricate themselves from various traps involving household items. Oh no, wait, that's a different game entirely.
Yes, but you just fall into deadly traps.
Oh yeah, I want to see a combination of Monopoly and Squid Game.
I tell you what, I think it would
to be a thing.
I think it would certainly liven it up a little bit. That's for sure. Oh dear, welcome back listeners to Tales from the 20 Side, a Pathfinder 2nd edition Let's Play podcast. My name is Dom, and I'm your GM for this game and for many others, and I'm joined by Stu.
Hello.
I'm joined by Neil.
Hello.
And I'm joined by Amy.
Hello.
Yes, hello folks. Sadly, we have no Darren tonight. He's had some very sad news, so he is taking a well-deserved break for some time to himself. But we press on without him. But he is, of course, very much missed. If you are listening, Darren, we wish you all the best, and we hope to be gaming with you again sometime soon.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yes. Look after yourself, Darren.
So yeah, it's been a little while. When did we last record, folks? Was it like 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago?
It was the 29th of May.
29th of May. Was it really? That was
It
only
really was
11 days ago. So yeah,
my
coming up
gosh,
on 2 weeks.
it feels like way longer than that. I think
You've
that's
missed
just because I guess I really have. I've had ideas bouncing around in my head for how this next encounter's going to go and what's going to happen after
How
it.
to kill us.
Yeah. I was going to say the last thing I wrote on my notes from the game was "sea monster!" !
It's not a sea monster.
No.
I'm glad you said that, because I think, wait, what? Am I in the right game here?
I wrote 2 E's, don't worry.
Speaking of sea monsters, I've unleashed a few of those on Stu and the gang in our social game, haven't I, Stu?
Oh yes, in our Shackleton, Skulls and Shackles game, yes. Well, you did something rather unpleasant, didn't you, in the last game? No,
I
was
did.
The last game, the game before.
Yes, it was the game before, and I remember it. I remember it now because it was immediately after we'd had the recording session for this, where we'd actually been. It was really strange. We'd been talking about your character, and about how he was a bit weird, a bit morally ambiguous, if I'm being kind. And then I killed him about 3 hours later.
Good. You did.
Oh.
Yeah.
What larks? When you spoke of unpleasantness, I thought, well, we can only see your head and shoulders on screen, so any real unpleasantness is going to be off camera, isn't it?
Possibly. I do have trousers on today, Neil. So don't worry about that.
Are they all the way up to your waist, or
they are?
Yeah,
It's a first.
And
first
fastened.
Yeah.
Yellow card. I'm pulling out a yellow card. Actually, I wanted to. So obviously, death of a character is always a difficult moment. Sometimes more so for the other players than the player running it and the GM. But it set me thinking. I'm the more I think about this, the more I am absolutely astounded that our characters in Tales from the 20 side have all survived to this point.
Because we're so good.
Well, you haven't all survived. I mean, there's a little fella called Clovis Cotton who's no longer with you.
He's not a player character, though.
He's still a character.
He was once a player character.
There's a number of characters who perished along the way. But no, player characters. I am quite. I mean, we've been really up against it and so close many times now.
I haven't lost a character yet, so I'll lose one today.
keep joking, it'll happen. Keep joking.
Yeah. Yeah.
Don't. It's it's gonna be. That's gonna be a tough moment. I mean, at one point I thought we were gonna lose Chardonnay.
Yeah,
And that
I
was
did think we
a
were going to
difficult
lose
moment.
someone that fight for sure.
I saw the look on your face.
Ooh.
You weren't happy.
Well, I know, and even Dom had to ask me, "Are you all right?"
Yeah.
But, yeah. No, I'm very open with my emotions. See, so if I feel
It's
upset, it's gonna show, and that's a good thing. I think it's right that we should be attached to these characters, that they should have an impact on us because, well, they're a part of us, in a big way, aren't they?
You think we've been doing this podcast for over 2 years now, and I know we don't play as regularly as we do our social game. But yeah, 2 years, or certainly at least a year in Amy's case, that is a long time to play a character, and you start to get to know them, and yeah, you definitely do get attached to them. So when I do finally manage to lay one of you low, it will be a very emotional moment.
Stop
I think.
smiling.
Don't
Smile while you say that.
Keep joking about it because
How do the player characters kill the DM?
we have to get to level 20.
That's it, and then you can.
Gods.
Once you get to level 20, it's a well-known thing in RPGs. That's when you get to break the fourth wall, and your characters appear in the real world.
Yeah.
Which, thinking about my character in our social game, it's probably a good thing he's gone now.
Yeah. I tell you what, that did catch me really off guard, though, Stu. Like, I know this is going to mean nothing to Neil and Amy, but that really caught me off guard because I didn't realise just how low he was on health.
Yeah.
And the next thing I know, he's been nailed to the deck by a sea devil.
I was updating my roll 20.
Yeah, no,
the bar was there.
That's why I had it there, and I didn't use it. There we go.
Would it have made a
Good
difference
story.
then? Do you think?
I don't think it would have. To be fair, like that creature was in a bit of a frenzy. It was just attacking the things nearest to it. It just would have been less of a shock. Is more what I was getting at.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like when you said Johan goes down, I was like, the fuck? he's still got like 20 more hit points, hasn't he? Oh no, he hasn't. No, he really hasn't.
No. No, I mean that's it. I know there are some GMs who will fudge dice, and fudging for gameplay's sake, for showmanship's sake, yeah, but to save a character, I don't know. As I'm a fan of that.
Nah, I wouldn't do it. I've never done it. Never believed in that.
Well, I suppose it depends on your audience, on your players, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does, and we might have spoken about this before, but it also depends on how your group is with the idea of character death, and it's kind of a sort of thing that you should all discuss before you start the game. Sort of discuss where you're all at with character death. Do you want to play these characters and see them all the way to the end of their story, or are you happy if you're rolling a new character every other week?
So
there's a sliding scale there.
Do you want to be Sean Bean, or do you want to be not Sean Bean?
Yeah. And when your character
basically,
dies, well, that is the end of their story, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, do you want to be
That's one way to
Sean
look at
Bean
it.
The
as
end.
Sharp, or do you want to be Sean Bean as everything
else.
he's ever played? Yeah.
Everything.
No, Sharp's immortal.
Yeah.
Sharp never dies, but every
That's
other
why
character.
he can play all these other characters.
Yeah.
But I was in a film with Sean Bean, and it was me that got killed.
Oh no.
Yeah.
What film was it? Out of curiosity.
Yeah.
A film called Clean Skin.
Clean skin.
Clean
Can't
skin,
say
yeah.
I've heard of it.
I have a small role in it, but he's meant to save me. Someone comes for me, and Sean Bean blows his brains out all over me, and then he buggers off. But there's a secondary team coming in to get me with a. Sorry, it's a spoiler. I won't spoil it for you. There's
Well, we now know you died. So.
Yeah.
Wow.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Clean skin. Yeah, it's I fall foul of the machinations of the evil Charlotte Rampling.
Might have to look out for that. That sounds interesting.
Yeah.
It's probably free to watch somewhere.
Speaking of evil characters, blowing the brains out of other characters over their friends.
So,
okay, I don't know. I was
mean,
trying to segue.
If you're referring to Otto, he didn't directly cause the death of Clovis.
No, I was referring to the fact that you've just thrown a fucking Barghest at us.
I mean, I don't know what you're panicking about.
Well, I don't know what a Barghest is, so I'm going into this as Della's going into this, but I feel Stu knows more.
I'm curious to hear. I'm curious to hear what Stu thinks is about to happen.
Well, Stu knows what a Barghest is. Alwyn less so. Alwyn knows less than Stu does. So which is always an interesting place in roleplay, isn't it?
Well, Neil knows bugger all, but can Otto find out?
But Alwyn knows enough to know they're cannibalistic demons.
Yes, he does. I think we found that out at the end of last game.
I made a point of re-listening so that I know I know how much Alwyn knows. Yeah. Yes.
Right. Well, with that in mind, do you guys want to give us a brief recap on where we find ourselves? Don't all jump at once.
It's in the Undercity.
With a Barghest.
With a Barghest.
And this thing has been dogging us. It's been spotted a few times.
Oh yes, I remember now.
Brother Amos spotted it. It was no, you see it, no, you don't. And was it Brother Amos who saw the goblins running away from it?
Yeah.
Yes.
When he
I
was
don't
on
feel
his
bad
night watch.
anymore.
And so we're trying to make our way out of leading our ragtag group of rescuees out of the Undercity, following the route that I took with Clovis, which ended so unfortunately.
Yeah.
But we've gone past that point, and we're carrying Clovis's body, and now this Barghest has announced itself to us.
It has indeed announced itself.
Gone past the point of no return.
Go on, Amy, you were saying something?
Huh?
Were you saying something a second ago? Am I going mad?
What did I see on my thing? Christian is carrying something.
Christian is carrying Clovis.
Clovis.
I thought Amos was carrying Clovis because he made the remark about Clovis.
I tell you what, he's not here. Amos is now carrying Clovis.
That's good. Okay, and I wrote down curtain of stone, so I imagine that's important.
Yes. Well, perhaps we can find out exactly what that means in just a second. However, first, as I get the sense that we are ready to jump back into gameplay, before you find out exactly how important that curtain of stone is, you have a much more pressing problem stood in front of you. Let's all roll initiative.
I gotta get my dice out. I'm sorry, I've got to open a drawer.
17 for Alwyn.
17 for Alwyn, okay.
Initiative is that the same as perception?
Perception, yes.
I got
12.
23 for me.
12 for Otto and 23 for Della. Very nice, okay. So, as we come into into the battle here, folks. So just to set the scene for you all once more, you've been traversing this section of the Undercity, sort of ruined and collapsed buildings all around you. Faint light glowing from these sort of caged, faint blue crystals that hang in iron cages from the ceiling. As you've been sort of heading in a roughly southerly direction. That reminds me. I have a very small retcon to make from last time we played. I think somebody, might well have been Della, asked if we had if any of you had a compass. To which I originally said no. However, I forgot that on Clovis you would have found a wayfinder. His symbol of office among the Pathfinders that opens up to contain a compass.
Oh, Clovis!
Clovis!
He's been saving us with the retcon.
So he's guiding you from beyond the grave. So I will allow whoever wants to take charge of it to add a wayfinder to their inventory.
Well, as no one
Della.
jumped.
I think
I will take
Della.
that. He was my bro.
It was your little halfling bro.
Yeah.
See?
I'll try. Yeah.
Your brother? You're related?
No, he was my.
What do you think bro is short for?
Yeah, he was my halfling bro.
Stu, if you're going to say something dumb, you should use Alwyn's voice.
Well,
And you can't
Amos
tell
is,
from me because
Amos is all right then because he ain't heavy.
He's from rubber.
That is really heavy. Anyway.
Yes, anyway, so you have been heading in what you know is a southerly direction, hoping to make your way towards a potential exit to get you back to the surface of Whitethrone. And just kind of just before this encounter started, you started to notice a short way ahead of you there was, as described, a curtain of stone that seemed to block your path, perhaps a few hundred feet away from where you currently are. And as you started to notice that, you became aware of this presence behind you, this creature announcing itself with a growl and then reappearing behind you with a thud and a snarl. And it towers over the group of you with its bat-like ears and its eyes that glow with a sickly yellow light. And that brings us to the top of the initiative order, and the first person to act, despite her high roll, is not Della Thornbury. It is Maori.
Clovis version 2.
Don't say it too soon. You can see Maori sort of with his flail already kind of drawn and active. You see he sees this creature land with a thud on the ground, and he snaps into just defensive action almost immediately. You see, first of all, he draws his flail. For his second action, he starts swinging it around, and you watch a familiar flash of light travel kind of from his hand into the weapon. And as the flail is spinning through the air, it seems to gather momentum as it does so, as he casts Gravity Weapon on the flail. And for his last action, he can't get to the creature, but what he can do is he can move himself so he is between it and the group of people that you are protecting.
Nice.
That will end its turn. It is now Della Thornbury.
Ooh. So how far away is the Barghest from me?
Barghest from you. So you're kind of walking down this thoroughfare. You've been travelling in a loose group together. From you, Della, this Barghest is 45 feet. So yeah, 40 feet of movement will get you within striking range of it.
Okay, so that's 2 moves. And Della doesn't know a lot about Barghests. She doesn't think. I don't think she would have encountered one before.
I mean, would she like to recall knowledge to see if she's heard any stories?
She's going to have a ponder, because she doesn't know what to do in the situation.
Okay.
Doesn't often think before acting, but now's the time for it.
What's your religion modifier, Della?
+2.
+2, okay. Okay. So, I can tell you, Della, that this creature you are facing is a Barghest. It's a fiend.
Eyes.
It has big yellow eyes, large bat-like ears. Alwyn's already told you a little of these creatures. But something you've heard, Della. You know, stories are told about these creatures across the world. Legends, in fact, and what all of these legends seem to agree on is that these creatures are deathly afraid of fire. If you can present them with any kind of fire, they will it will likely flee and run away.
Ooh, cool. I'm going to yell that at Otto, that you'll need to produce some flame. That might help.
Thank you.
And I'm going to... can I run up to a location? So what I want to do is take a move and then be in between the Barghest and that. So can I hold an attack to attack it if it runs past me?
It's 2 actions to ready an action.
To ready an action. So if I move 1 and then ready an action for 2, which would be to attack the Barghest if it comes past.
I probably should have mentioned this. When you recall knowledge, that is 1 action.
Oh, sorry. Yes, I forgot that I did that. I'm so knowledgeable. I will then just move. And no, I'm not good at presenting myself as a target. I'm going to just ready an action to attack it if it comes in range.
Sure. So if it gets up into you, you're going to stab it.
Yes.
Very, very nice. All right. End of your turn, Della. You see Amos sort of calls out to all of you. Keep that thing busy. I'll get these people out of here. And he moves up to the people that you're escorting, and he starts kind of ushering them off the road itself into a building nearby.
No, leave Clovis outside. This Barghest is going to eat some of us. He might as well start with someone who's already dead.
If they eat us, he gets stronger.
But he's going to eat someone. Better he eat someone dead.
No, he's not. Don't let him eat.
Let's
That's
just
the
make
worst
sure.
thing.
Don't let him eat, but if he does eat, make sure it's Clovis first. Otherwise, it'll be someone who's alive.
Just don't let him eat.
It's what Clovis would have wanted.
You know,
Whilst Alwyn and Otto are bickering with each other, you watch as this Barghest sort of with his eyes fixed on all of you, sort of takes a prowling, almost lumbering step forward, and you see it sort of it lingers away from you a little bit, and as it gets a bit closer, the light catches its face, and you can see that sort of just spilling out of its mouth is this what looks like quite a sickly green fog inside its mouth, and as it kind of stalks its way forward, it opens its mouth. You are all suddenly engulfed in this toxic, choking cloud that causes your airway to constrict and your eyes to begin to bleed as it does so. I need everybody. Yes, I need everybody to please make a fortitude save.
20 for Alwyn.
Fortitude.
15 for Della.
17
Okay.
for Shard.
18 for Otto.
Ooh, bad rolls all around there, folks. Okay.
Oh, Christian looking.
We'll find out in a second. 6, 7, 6, 22. Ooh, I rolled really, really well. 25.
Stop saying such big numbers.
No, if,
I'm
it, if,
still
it, no,
rolling
if
dice.
it's rolling for those fighting with us, that's good.
I hope so. I feel like it's not.
Okay, so Alwyn, what you got?
20.
20.
And 17 for Chardonnay.
Okay, you both take 32 points of poison damage.
Oh my
Otto.
gosh.
Otto, what you got?
18.
Otto, you take 32 points of poison damage. Della, what you
Okay.
got?
15.
That is a critical failure, Della. You take 64 points of poison damage.
Oh
Can
my
I do
god.
liberating step on Della?
What's the wording on liberating step?
Let me call that up to be absolutely certain. An enemy damages, grabs or grapples your ally and both are within 15 feet of you.
The Barghest is currently 30 feet away from you.
I can't do liberating step.
I'm still standing.
Yeah.
Just. There's no yes from Della right now.
However, it sort of plods forward, opens its mouth, and unleashes this blast of poison, which causes you all to cough and splutter. Della, it's almost enough to cause you to pass out as it does so, but you manage to hold on, and you just manage to keep yourself upright. You will be very glad to know that ends its turn.
Oh, thank God.
Which brings us round to. Oh, actually, I better roll. No, that's fine. You see sort of pulling his way out of the cloud, coughing and spluttering. We are round to Christian, who is. Can you get to it? There we go. Yes, he just about can. You see Christian sort of coughing and spluttering as he does so, manages to get his shield up and will push his way past all of you as he rushes towards the creature. All right, let's not let it do that again if we can help it. Aye. Rushes towards it and will smack it with his flail.
Yeah.
And actually rolls quite well. 28 to hit. Is a hit. Followed by... Sorry, I have a lot of tabs open, so bear with me. Okay. Okay, so he wallops this creature across the face, sort of a real heavy, meaty swing, and all of you wince a little bit as you've felt the wrath, as you felt that same strike from Christian just a day or so before, as you were escaping the bone grinder, and you watch this flail smacks the Barghest across the face, and it barely seems to react as Christian does so. Right. End of Christian's turn. It is Alwyn.
Right, the first thing I'm going to do is to move up next to Della.
Yes, that's easy enough to do. So you're sort of you were kind of spread out a little bit across this thoroughfare, so you can get to Della just by sort of taking a 5-foot step to your right.
Okay, fantastic. I'll do battle medicine on Bella.
All right.
And I'm going to do it at a DC 20, and I'm going to use my assurance, which gives me a DC of 23. So that's an automatic success.
Nice. Is your modifier plus 13 now?
It is plus 13 on medicine, yes.
Very nice. Yeah, that's a success then.
Della, you get a total of 17 points back.
Wonderful. That puts me... I was on 2.
And my final action... Now, is Christian armed?
Yes, he's got a flail.
I was going to say, he's got 2.
Hey. Flail's not very good, is it? I
mean, you've just watched this creature tank a massive blow from him and barely flinch.
Yeah.
So draw your own conclusion.
I'm going to, for my final action, draw the +1 longsword.
+1 longsword. Yeah, sure.
With a shout to Christian. Hey, Christian! You might want to use this instead.
All right. Just to check something here, Stu. Are you drawing on Alwyn's knowledge or Stu's knowledge? Because I suspect you come across this creature as a GM before.
My knowledge for what?
Of this creature. And what it's resistant to, that kind of thing.
I'm not taking any resistances into account when I do that.
Okay, sure. It's
the second best weapon that Alwyn has about him. He's keeping hold of his first best weapon for himself.
Which is the rapier, yeah, of course.
Which is a +1 striking rapier, yes.
All right, okay.
That's the simple logic.
No, that's absolutely fine. So one action move to Della, one action battle medicine, third action you draw the +1 longsword.
Yes.
Right. Anything else there from Alwyn?
3 actions. That's it.
So
I'd like to say, call out to Christian. Got a sword here for you.
Yeah, sure thing. He sort of looks over as you do this. Sort of sees that the flail had almost no effect. And you see him start to sort of step back gingerly in your direction. End of Alwyn's turn, we're round to Otto.
Otto will go back to basics and do what he always does, which is produce flame.
Yay.
How far away am I from this Barghest thing?
You are, Otto, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 feet away.
He is within range. Then I will produce flame.
All right.
See
roll
how
a spell
he likes
attack.
that. Ooh. 31. 31.
31 to hit. That is a hit, Otto. Roll some damage.
Damage, it's 3d4, isn't it?
Yes.
12.
12 points of damage, okay. So as you sort of hearing Della shout to you about how to deal with this creature, Otto, you as you say, you go back to basics. You conjure a ball of fire in your hand, and you sling it towards the Barghest. Della, the second that fireball leaves Otto's hand, you realise that you've misremembered the stories.
No! Damn it!
It's not that fire is good against these creatures. Fire is very, very bad to use against these creatures. And just as you're perhaps starting to call out a warning to Otto, wait! The spell has already been cast, and it slams into the creature's hide. You see some of its fur does sort of smoulder a little bit. A little whisker of flame crackles across its face. But for the most part, and Otto, this comes as particularly a bit of a shock to you, I imagine, the creature is mostly unaffected by that fire as it resists it. And it kind of grins back at you with a snarl as this happens.
Should have remembered that better.
So it's almost like you rolled a critical failure, Dilla.
I'm doing well today, aren't I? Almost died. I shouldn't have said that thing earlier.
Otto will move back and look for something to put himself behind.
Yeah, I mean, you've got your allies sort of within one move's worth.
Yes, I'll move in among them.
So you sort of go in.
Because, yes, if we die, they die. So I use them as a human shield.
Better
or what's
they
left.
die. Like it, right.
No, better they die than if we die, they die. If they die, we don't necessarily die. So, but if we're dead, they're dead anyway. So I move in among them.
He's definitely Lord Farquaad. Definitely is.
This is heartbreaking arithmetic I am having to perform here.
All right, end of Otto's turn. We're round to Maori. You see Maori, seeing that Amos has led the other people away from you, including his sister, and his sister, where she's had a night's rest, she seems to have recovered a bit. She's able to walk under her own power now. You see, she's actually helping Amos get the other individuals away from the street. Maori sort of calls out. That hurt a lot. What are we doing here?
Kill it!
All right. And he's going
Kill it with something other than fire.
Yeah, don't use fire. Ignore me. I'm wrong.
So, 25 feet of movement. It takes him 2 actions to do so, but Maori will rush toward the greater Barghest. You watch as he does so. He sort of goes to scamper behind it, and kind of as he steps around behind it, it lashes out at him with its claws. The claws go scraping across the stone as he kind of ducks into a roll and dives past it. And as he gets to his feet, he brings his flail to bear, and he will make an attack. That's a pretty good roll. The flail. Oh, it's a good roll, but it's not quite enough. You see, Maori is he sort of brings the flail round, but as he does so, the creature's tail kind of whips loosely in his direction, catches the flail just before it impacts the hide of the creature, and most of his blow is dispersed as he is not able to hit. Sort of, you see, he kind of spits on the ground. Okay, this thing's a bit tougher than I'm used to fighting. Any bright ideas? Della Thornbury.
I don't have any bright ideas. I think we should run. I don't feel very well. How far away is this thing from me?
From you, Della, it is 5, 10, 15, 20. It is 30 feet away, so you could get there with 25 feet of movement.
Okay.
And actually doing so would get you into a flanking position with Maori.
Ooh, that's good. And does taking a potion out of my pocket count as an action?
Yes, it does.
And then drinking it would be a third action?
Yes, it would.
I think we need to... Yeah, I'm going to draw out my moderate healing potion.
All right.
Use that. I need to look that up. So, unless, John, you know.
Moderate, I want to say, is 2d8 plus 5. Or is that... No, that's lesser. Offhand, I don't know.
Moderate is 3d8 plus 10.
Perfect. Thank you, Stu.
No worries.
Thank you. That's an 8. No, that's 10.
Thank you, Archives of Menace.
8.
When it loads.
8. 5. That was good.
Very nice. Feeling a bit better there, Della.
31. Back. Oh, it's like the last turn didn't happen. That's much better. Wonderful. Right, and then I'm going to run right up into a flanking position.
Yep, you get up in its grill, girl.
Give it a fish shake and an angry face.
All right, so that's Della all done. It is the Barghest's turn. Right. Does it get its breath weapon back? It does not get its breath weapon back on this turn. So instead, now surrounded with a smorgasbord of very tasty-looking targets, it sort of rears back on its hind legs, emits this horrific guttural shriek, and as it does so, it's going to make a bite and 2 claw attacks. So it'll go against. First of all, it's going to make a bite against Christian, as he's the one who hit it. Okay. Oh, it's a good job he raised that shield. It's a very good job he raised that shield. You see this creature sort of bites down onto Christian. You hear its fangs rending through the metal armor of his pale guard of his winter guard uniform. He sort of shrieks in pain as the creature sort of tosses him around like a rag doll. How much damage does he take? Quite a bit. 60, 22. Yeah, so you see Christian takes 22 points of damage as this creature bites into him. He shrieks out in pain, and then it shakes him about like a rag doll, tosses him to one side. You see he slams into the stonework of one of the buildings nearby and does not move. It then turns its attention to the next thing in front of it, which is Della Thornbury, and you watch as its wickedly sharp claws come flashing towards you, Della.
Yep. Have it.
Come and have a go if you think you're hard enough.
No.
Or something like that. That's what I imagine she's saying.
My AC is so low.
Okay.
To be saying stuff like that.
Well, Della, you'll be pleased to know that is only a 24 to hit.
It does hit.
That hits, okay. Better this than the jaws, though. Well, it's relative, I suppose.
You say that rolling a critical success.
Definitely wasn't a crit. I hope that wasn't a crit. That is 17 points of slashing damage, Della, as it rakes you with its claw.
I can do that.
And then it's going to double down and it's going to try and claw you again, Della.
Okay.
That is a natural 20.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Why did I say something earlier? Jesus.
It's 12,
I pulled this
18.
up on myself.
Della, that is 36 points of slashing damage.
That would bring me to a -3.
Della goes down.
Oh!
Please make a note, Della, that you are dying 1 as it strikes. Oh no, dying 2 as a critical hit.
Yeah, dying 2. Oh, guys.
Right, so this thing tosses Christian like a rag doll, turns round and just rends Della with these 2 claws, and as it does so, Alwyn, you see this creature look very hungrily at Della, as though it's about to sink its teeth into her. End of the Barghest's turn. It is Alwyn Templeton.
2 allies down.
Yes.
Fuck. Can I get to Della within a single action?
Yes, you can.
I'll do that. With a desperate... Well, no, desperate prayer is an actual thing. That's not what I'm doing. But with a prayer that is desperate to Gaiden Galeon, I do lay on hands on Della.
All right.
Della gets back. Obviously, Della is no longer dying. Lay on hands. Come on, where is it? Lay on hands. Oh, it's my spells. Oh, yeah. Sorry. You get 18 hit points back, Della.
Oh,
Very, very nice.
very, very needed.
You also, this may be pertinent, get a +2 status bonus to your AC for 1 round. And with my final action, I'm going to strike at the Barghest with the +1 longsword that I happen to have in my hand.
Yes, which Christian never got a chance to grab from you.
Christian never got. Here
Roll the
we
attack.
go. It's a 15 on the die for 27.
A 27 is a hit, Alwyn.
Excellent. Oh, fuck. 2 points of damage.
2
Roll the
points.
1.
That is unfortunate, man.
So we don't even know if it is taking damage. Still.
You sort of swing in with the longsword, Alwyn, and as you cut towards it, you have this brief fear of the sword doing absolutely nothing in the same way that Christian's flail did, and you watch as you score the strike across its hide. A small but very obvious spurt of blood is kind of spattered over you as you do manage to cut into its hide, and you cause some damage there, Alwyn.
Okay, is it more damage than I would have expected?
It's not more, but it takes damage.
Okay. Right, yeah, that's Alwyn's. I mean, as Alwyn's doing this, he's tears streaming down his face. He's in a horrified position where he thinks he's going to lose the whole party.
Very, very understandable.
Not in a good place.
Very understandable. End of Alwyn's turn. We're back round to Otto. What you got, Otto? Can you save us all? Or at least save yourself?
So, who is within range? How far am I away from Alwyn and Della and Christian and Mary?
So from everybody else, you are currently 25 feet from Della and from Alwyn, and also from Christian because diagonals are weird. Maori, you are 40 feet from.
Is Maori hurt at all?
Oh yeah, Matt, you saw Mal.
I see. He got his armor ripped open. Yes.
No. Christian got his armor ripped open. Maori, you saw basically staggering out of this this gas cloud. You could see kind of blood streaking from his eyes, his skin sort of boiling up the legions, and him just choking this horrific stuff back. So yeah, he's hurt. He's definitely hurt.
So I will cast my most powerful heal spell.
What's the range on that?
Let me see. Heal. Disperse positive energy in a 30-foot emanation.
Okay. If you want to do that, Otto, you won't catch Maori. Maori is 40 feet away from you.
Then I will move a little closer, and then would it have to be a level 2 spell then?
Well, no. If you move closer, that takes up 1 action. You can only do the big Nova heal with 3 actions. You could do a ranged heal, but just on Maori though. That's what you wanted to do.
I want to get Christian though.
Okay. If you want to take sort of, in which case with Christian, you could stay where you are and get him if you wanted to.
I want to get Christian, Della, and Alwyn. If I can't reach Maori, then I can't reach Maori. But,
yeah, I mean certainly from where you are, you can get all of those people. What I would say is that you will also hit the Barghest as well, but you don't know what effect that would have.
I don't know what effect it will have, and he doesn't seem to be hurt anyway. So
yeah, it's like actually an accomplished match.
Yes. So I will cast my level 3 healing spell in that direction to get the 3 of you, Christian,
sure.
Della, and Alwyn, and the Barghest.
Sure. Roll 3d8 and add your charisma modifier to it.
I mean, if it heals up
Yeah.
those 2 points of damage I just did, I think it's worth it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As a trade-off, I think that's worth it.
So that's 2, 9. 14 plus my
Plus your charisma modifier.
plus my charisma modifier is 4. So that's 18.
18, very nice. 18 hit points back to Christian, Alwyn, and Della.
And Chardonnay, is Chardonnay in range as well?
Chardonnay is, yes. Has Chardonnay been hurt?
Yeah, got the lung full of gas.
Oh, of course, yes, the poison gas.
Do I benefit as well?
Yeah, I believe you do.
Yes, I thought so.
Big hit.
I mean, the real question here, Otto, is Otto a willing living creature?
Yes, he's a willing living creature.
Then yes, he receives that healing. And you do watch Alwyn and Della. You notice the injuries that have been dealt to Miss Barghest. They all close up.
Worth it. Thanks,
Well, they
Otto.
don't all close up, but thank you.
It is a bit of a blunt instrument, but at least I've slowed down the process of our death. And that's me finished. That's my contribution.
Otto finished. Okay, in that case, end of Otto's turn. We are round to Maori, who is he's actually in a pretty good space already. He is quite simply going to make 3 attacks. Actually, you know what? He's got a flail. Yeah, actually, he's going to having seen how effective flail was in the hands of the Winter Guard when they were knocking you guys up and down like yo-yos. You see, he goes to strike kind of the creature's hide again. Remembers what happened a second ago, and instead makes a swing toward the creature's legs as he's going for a trip attack. Athletics roll. Ooh, good athletics roll for Maori. 25 against its reflex DC. Its reflex DC is 25. That is just a success. You watch as Maori wraps his flail around the creature's hind legs, and with a surge of strength, he tugs it. You watch as the leg buckles and the Barghest topples to the ground. It is currently prone on the floor.
Yay!
And he sort of goes, thanks, Christian, for teaching me that one. Let's finish it off. And then he'll make 2 attacks with the flail. First is a natural 1.
Oh.
Does he fumble?
Oh, and he's a named character.
Maori rolls a 3 on his fumble dice for a critical fumble.
Oh my god, you were doing so well, Maori. You were
I know.
well.
I think he
Can't
just
have
knows.
anything.
He knows it's been a while since the cards have come out. That's all it is.
Yeah, we needed a fumble. Like we haven't had one already.
That's it. What do we got? Okay, that's not too bad. Yeah, you watch as Maori pulls the creature's legs out from under it. You watch as the flail come loose. As the flail comes loose from its legs, Maori almost loses control of it, and you watch as it kind of partially slips out of his hand, but he's able to catch it before he loses it entirely. He drew bad grip. He is taking a -2 circumstance penalty to his attack rolls until the end of his next turn. But his third action, he will attack again. That's better, but I suspect it's not going to hit. 9 on the die, -10 for -1, plus... Yeah, that's a total of 8. Big old miss. As he kind of swings the flail uselessly once again. It ends his turn. We're round to Christian. who is now conscious on the ground. You see he sort of he splutters to his feet for his first action. Looks over at all of you and just says, "I'm not sure about this, but all right." And you can see almost limping as he does so, definitely favouring his shield arm a little bit. He staggers to his feet and he will move. So he is flanking the creature with Della. And tell you what, he's pretty smart.
Got a sword here for you.
Yes, actually, that was the last thing you said to him. So actually, he won't move around behind. He will move to you, Alwyn. Alwyn, still got that sword, have you?
Yes, it's in my hand. Take it.
All right. So first action stands up. Second action moves towards you. For his third action, he will take the sword from you, Alwyn.
I will allow him to take the sword.
I assumed you would. Be really awkward if you didn't. Okay. End of Christian's turn. We're around to Della. So the two of you were moved in the turn order because you went down, but it's now your turn.
Okay, so I'm on the floor, yes?
You are prone on the ground, yes.
Am I in stabbing distance of the Barghest?
Yeah, you absolutely are. It's
I'm
quite
gonna
a big
stab
creature.
it while I'm on the floor.
Stab it on the ground.
Yeah.
You take a penalty, but it's also prone on the ground, so it's technically flat-footed. So
Yeah. So I do I get sneak attack on this?
Yes, you would.
Yeah, sweet. Yes, so I'm going to draw my... Oh, I've got choices, haven't I? So I've got some new ones. So I've got this +1 cold iron dagger that I'm going to use. And I rolled a 26.
26 is...
Lying on the ground.
Is that with your -2?
No, it's not, so it's a 24.
It was a 24. Creature... Oh yeah, it's on the ground, so it's flat-footed. 24 is a hit.
Yes! Alright. So I get 2 sneak attack dice and attack dice. 5, 8, 10.
10 points of stabbing damage. You sort of drive in with this with your dagger as this creature is on the ground, Della. Having seen it resist your attacks so far, you're expecting the dagger to bounce off, but there's something about this weapon that seems to glide through its flesh like butter. You stab it with the dagger, and as you pull it free, a gout of black Icarus blood comes streaming out of it, and the creature howls in what you're hearing for the first time as a cry of pain.
Ooh,
A cry of rage and pain. Didn't like that at all.
Wouldn't it be ashamed if I stabbed him again?
It would be such a shame, wouldn't it? I sure hope you don't stab it again, Della.
I won't, because I rolled a 10, so
Oh, that's unfortunate.
that won't be anything. But I will take my last action to stand up.
Take your last action to stand up. Okay. As you do so, it does still have its attack of opportunity, so it's going to swing at you with a claw. That's cocked.
I've got a +2 though.
You do have a +2. That might be very important.
Yeah.
It's prone, so it's got a -2 penalty. 29, Della, against your AC.
I get back up and I get down again. 24. 26. So yes, that hits.
Oof.
Liberating step.
Very, very prescient there, and you are indeed within range.
Yes.
Especially as I rolled max damage on that attack, Stu.
What have you got it into my character today, Dom? It's been nothing but crits.
Blame the
max
dice,
damage.
man. Blame the dice.
I do.
So that would have been 22 points of slashing damage. However, Alwyn, what does Liberating Step reduce it by?
Resistance to all damage against triggering damage equal to 2 plus my level, so 8.
8. So that goes from being 22 points of slashing damage to 14 points of slashing damage, Della.
Okay. I'm still up.
Still up. Excellent. But you've got an action. No, you haven't. That's your last.
No, that was my last one. Yeah.
Right. But most importantly, it has used its action. We're round to its turn. Does it get its breath back? Does not. However, you watch as this creature sort of still reeling a tiny bit from the wound that Della has just dealt to it. It sort of staggers up to its feet. Alwyn, is there something you'd like to do?
I've just used my reaction, and besides which, I can only punch it at the moment.
Oh, of course.
I don't have a weapon in my hand. So, no. But thank you for asking. I was ready for that, but yeah.
I thought we were going to get your big reveal for your level 6 thing, but never mind.
Almost.
Oh, I had something like that, didn't
Actually,
I?
as an attack of opportunity, can I trigger Chardonnay?
No, I'm afraid not. I'm afraid not.
I forgot, I leveled up and I got extra stuff. Never mind, I'll know for next time.
That's it. All right. So at the end of Della's turn, we're back round to the Barghest. It staggers to its feet for its first action. It looks at you angrily, Della, as you've just caused it a wound, but it's actually noticed. And as it kind of leers towards you, looming over you with saliva dribbling from its jaws, you all suddenly see, coming from the darkness around you, a crackling bolt of black and purple energy strikes out at the creature from the shadows, sort of crackles across its body. The creature shrieks in pain as it rears backwards, and you hear a voice from in the shadows off to your left-hand side. Creepers, forward! And you watch as the shadows around you begin to move. And that is where we end for today, folks.
Oh!
What is going on?
Tales from the 20 Side is a Feagle Films production in association with Juicy Falls. Music by Nazar Ryback from hooksounds.com. Editing by Stu Jackson. Find us on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram by searching Tales from the 20 Side or by visiting talesfromthe20side.com.
We're suddenly in Minecraft.
You'd better hope not, because that's a big explosion.
And creepers. Yeah.
This is so. Yeah, I forgot that I have a twist and knife now, which would have been useful, maybe. But I remember for next time.
Gosh. Exciting.
Well, I don't know. I died
Yeah, that's exciting.
once. Yeah, it was exciting.
Yeah, and Christian, he's been down. I've already used my battle medicine on one of you, on you, Della, haven't I? Yeah.
I've been the tank for this fight.
And I've used lay on hands on you as well. Yes.
yeah. I'm being the tank. That's
You've
not my
drawn
job.
the attention, that's for sure.
And I've used my level 3 heal spell on you as well, and you're still not looking too hot.
And I've used my moderate healing potion, which was which actually, if I hadn't have taken that, it wouldn't have been very good.
No. That heal
That
spell,
makes
that was bang on. That was a good move. Very good move.
Yeah, I also would have died again had I not had that.
Yes, that was my contribution. I need to get people back up on their feet. Because I need them between that thing and me.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. How else are they going to distract it by dying?
Yes.
Yes.
You are my human shield.
Yes.
Or half human or non-human shield.
Meat shields. Yeah.
I'm a half shield.
Yes. No, I acted out of love and altruism, of course, as I always do.
For yourself.
And after I
For
told you
yourself.
something wrong.
Yes.
Very kind.